Hi guys, it's Ivy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you 12 ways to beat the winter blues. Before we get started, press the like button below and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I share tons of information about self-improvement, vegan food, natural wellness, and motivation. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video. The last tip that I'm going to share with you is probably something you've never heard in relation to winter blues before, but all of my tips are sure to help you. Tip number 1 is vitamin D. Winter blues is a byproduct of an actual condition called SAD, S-A-D. It's basically a form of situational depression, and it's caused by being in a period of time during the fall and winter where there is less sunlight. We need the sun. We thrive off of the sun. If you look at how the plants die off in the fall and winter and how the animals hibernate, that is a direct reflection of how we can be affected in the winter months as human beings. So because we are lacking hours of daylight and we're also bundled up in cozy sweaters and big coats, also because we spend most of our time indoors in most Western societies, we do not get the vitamin D that we need. Vitamin D is particularly important for my fellow people of color. Most of us tend to be vitamin D deficient in the United States because, again, we are not practicing normal lifestyles for humans, being outside in the sun. And also, the main way that you get vitamin D is through having your core torso exposed to the sun during the peak hours, which is kind of like 12 to 3 p.m. Most of us are at work in an office at that time or just inside for whatever reason. So there's 2 ways to get vitamin D. 1, you can get the sun, which is obviously a problem during the winter and fall months. And 2 is to supplement. Try your best to find a natural supplement, but basically just make sure that you're getting vitamin D3. Vitamin D affects over 900 human genes in your body. It has direct effect to most of the functions in your body. So if your vitamin D levels are low, your energy is going to be low and you will overall not feel your best. Tip number 2 kind of correlates with tip number 1. It is also another way to supplement the sun, and that is to get a sun lamp. Sun lamps have been created to support winter blues and depression in general. They are a form of light therapy that has a positive impact on melatonin and serotonin. Both of these are going to affect your mood. Serotonin will directly affect your mood, and melatonin more so affects your sleep cycle. And if you don't have a healthy sleep cycle, then you will not be a happy camper. If you'd like to check out a sun lamp, I will leave a link in the description box below. Number 3 is adrenal and thyroid care. Your adrenal and your thyroid glands will directly affect your energy levels and your mood overall. If they are sluggish, then you will feel tired, lethargic, sad, depressed, etc. One of the most selling medications in America is Synthroid, which is a synthetic hormone to replace the thyroid hormone. So this is a big issue in the United States, and I'm sure in most of the Western countries, if not the world at this point, mainly because we are so bombarded with different foods and nervous system stimuli that affect us in negative ways and throw off our hormonal balance. For my ladies out there, you have got to stop taking this birth control. It will completely throw your hormonal system off. Hypothyroidism is one of the negative things that can happen to you if you continue to take synthetic hormones such as birth control for an extended period of time. However, people also get hormones through their meats because tons of the meats that are on the industry are injected with hormones for growth and different things. But also because the water system is so tainted these days, there are prescription drugs in drinking water, including Synthroid and birth control, different types of synthetic hormonal drugs that will affect your hormones. So This is a big issue. The lack of vitamin D also makes it harder for our adrenals and thyroid during the winter months. There is an easy way, and then there's a more advanced way to supplement iodine that I'm going to show you today. The easy way is to use dose flakes on your salads, and you can put this in tuna salad because it has that kind of sea-like taste. Oh, this has garlic. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. You can get dose flakes. I'm sure they probably make this without garlic. I didn't know that this had garlic, but that's interesting. Dulse is a seaweed. It's a reddish color and it's full of iodine. So it has 780% of, I guess, the daily value in 1/3 of a cup of this stuff. So you really don't need a lot to get what you need. So what I like to do is take these dose flakes and just sprinkle them on whatever I can sprinkle them on. They do have a kind of fishy taste. So like I said, it's really good on stuff like tuna salad. I'm plant-based, but I do make a vegan tuna salad, which is made with chickpeas. Sometimes I put this on my avocado toast. And I also have kelp granules. This also has great amount of iodine. Oh wow, 970% of the daily value in 1 teaspoon. Kelp is actually probably the winner, and honestly I like putting kelp on my food better because it has less of that fishy taste, and you can just mix it up. I like the dark color of dulse to top on my food, like on avocado toast. So you can try those two things. If you want to take it up a notch and you really want to take your health to the next level and really get the iodine and minerals that you need, I would suggest a sea moss smoothie. I will be making a video on a sea moss smoothie very soon, and I'll link it up here when I do. But basically, sea moss is an amazing seaweed that has over 90 minerals that your body needs. So that is an awesome way to really care for your adrenals, your thyroid, get the iodine and the minerals that you need. So again, check out my sea moss smoothie, subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss it, and click the notification bell. One last thing I'll share is this thyroid supplement. I take this every once in a while if I just feel like things are off. I have had this brand's version of their adrenal support as well. I took that on my trip to Southeast Asia just because when you are traveling, sometimes you get stressed through different things, even if it's good stress, and too much stress can affect the adrenals, and I'll link those both down below. I've just learned how to listen to my body, and I know when it needs certain things. So I know when I need to reach for this. I don't take it all the time, but I have worked with my thyroid for probably about 8 years in a healing process. I'll definitely bring a video to you guys about that in the future, but it is oh so important to take care of your thyroid and your adrenal health, specifically in the winter months. Number 4 is vitamin C. Specifically in the winter months, they are coined as the cold and flu season. I think that's kind of a marketing scheme, but yes, a lot of people do get colds and flus during the winter seasons, somewhat due to the changes in temperature, but I think that most of that's due to eating a lot of toxic food and food that's getting stuck in your colon and messing up your immune system. So when you get a cold or the flu, it really throws your whole system and your energy out of whack. So if you're already experiencing winter blues, then you get the cold, it messes up certain things, you're not feeling well, now you forgot to do this, you forgot to do that. It can just lead to further depression. So one way you can guard against getting colds and just not being on track and in the flow of life during the winter season is to make sure that you are supplementing with vitamin C. Obviously, you can get vitamin C in tons of different supplements. There's powders, pills, it can be in your multivitamin. I personally love grapefruit juice, and I will juice my own grapefruit juices, but I also love this supplement. It is a naturally derived vitamin C, so it's not chemicals. It's just 100% actual food. It's from a fruit. Because this is a whole food supplement, it is much more absorbable for your body. Sometimes if you just take an isolated vitamin, it doesn't digest and absorb as well as it could or should, because it's really meant to be digested with a group of vitamins, which is why sometimes you'll see vitamin D3 paired with vitamin K. They're better together. Because this is a whole food supplement, it already is containing everything that it needs from the creator to be fully absorbed in your body. And it's just a powder. You can just put it in a smoothie, you can put it in a glass of water. It has a very nice mild taste. I will put a link to that down below as well. Number 5 is super simple, but I know that you need to be reminded to eat healthy and exercise. It helps you get rid of toxins when you sweat, and when you do a rigorous activity, you do just boost your endorphins and you feel better afterwards. But I think it's so important for you to do something that you love to do instead of forcing yourself to work out and do something that you don't like to do. And of course, you want to eat well, just like I mentioned with the vitamin C tip. We tend to eat a lot of unhealthy foods during the holiday season, which is the winter season, and that does cause cold and flu, which just throws us off track and it just makes us not feel good. So if you're already not getting the sunlight that you need and having the energy that you need, then you definitely need to make sure that you are eating as healthy as possible, doing different detox regimens so that you feel your very best. Number 6 is to eat seasonally and locally. This beautiful earth that we are living on is perfectly designed to support us in every region of the earth. And I'm so glad I have been enlightened with this information. Basically, the different parts of the earth produce the food that is necessary to live and be sustained in that part of the earth. So if you're living in Jamaica, you're going to experience different fruits that are full of vitamins and minerals, but also full of tons of water. Because you're in that hot sun, you need to make sure that you're hydrated, but you also need the minerals and vitamins to sustain your life force. That fruit is specifically made for people in that region. It's not that we can't all use it, but we need to make sure that we're eating what the earth is creating here where we are for us. So if you live in Washington, you need to be eating what's coming out of the ground in Washington. Especially in colder areas, you'll see that there's pumpkins and gourds and squash coming up from the earth. These are warming and filling foods that will sustain us during that time. So make sure that you're eating seasonally what's coming from the ground in your local area. Support your local farmers market, and by doing so, the local earth is going to support your body with what you need to survive in that particular climate. Number 7 is practice smiling. The simple act of smiling sends signals to your brain and the rest of your body to relax, to elevate your mood and open up your energy. Begin the simple practice of awareness of your body. And if you notice at any point during the day that you're just not feeling your best, pay attention to what your face is doing and then remind yourself to smile. And I promise you that you will immediately feel better. And not only will you feel better, but you may cause a reaction of someone else feeling better. I see you smiling right now. Number 8 is one of my favorite things. Oh, I forgot to turn my sign on for you guys. Choose happy. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it says. So number 8 is crystals. Crystals are an amazing gift from the earth. They are supercharged and high vibrational, and different stones have different properties. There are multiple stones that will support the winter blues, but I'm just going to talk about 3 today. I may go into this more in a later video. You can let me know in the comments below if you'd like to hear more from me about crystals. Amethyst is an amazing stone. It is a very healing stone. It is awesome for addictions as well. So I think this is great for the winter blues. If you want to meditate with it or just carry it on your person, if you want to get an amethyst necklace, carry one in your pocket during the day. But it also again does support addictions. I think that the winter blues can create a healthy environment for negative addictions such as overeating or negative thoughts that continue to run in your mind. If you are noticing that you're wanting to give in to different addictions, you can get your amethyst stone and just meditate with it. Drink lots of water because water is kind of like a conductor of sorts. I also have this smoky citrine. It is a beautiful stone. Citrine is the yellow quartz, and smoky quartz is the gray quartz, sort of like this. But this particular stone is a mix of citrine and smoky quartz. So it's a power packed stone. Citrine is got that powerful willpower, solar plexus energy. It helps you move in the direction of what you truly desire and kind of help you get rid of some of the BS that's in the way, some of your excuses, etc. And smoky quartz and all black stones in general tend to help get rid of negative energy. When I found this in the crystal store, I just immediately felt this positive, happy vibration. So this is definitely an awesome stone for me, but I think that you would enjoy this stone as well if you are facing the winter blues. Lastly, I'm going to talk about carnelian. This is a piece of rough carnelian, so it's not smooth, but you can find the smooth tumbled stones as well. It tends to be a red stone. It's great for willpower as well and getting you in a positive mood and moving in the direction of what you truly desire. This is a great manifesting stone, so check it out. I'm not going to go into too much detail here about crystals, but you can definitely research the properties of all three of these stones on Google. Number 9 is to create and practice a pamper routine, and you can click the link here to find my pamper routine. It is full of different ideas to add to your pamper routine. In that video I did a face mask, a spiritual bath, I journaled, lathered myself in this body butter that I made for myself. I did some underarm detoxification, tons of different things in that video, so go check it out so you can get some ideas. But essentially you want to do what you love to do. Scheduling it on a regular basis is really going to be beneficial to you during the winter months, because not only are you doing something that is healthy and nourishing to your body and soul, but it's also something that you have to look forward to. Knowing that you have that pamper routine on Saturday night or Sunday night, it can really help you push through the rest of your week so that you can get to that moment where you can really give yourself the love that you need. Number 10 is pranayama. Pranayama is one of the legs of yoga. We often know yoga as asanas, the movement, but yoga is not just the postures. Meditation, it's awareness, it's breath work. There's different limbs of yoga, but one of them is pranayama, and that's all about the breath. There are tons of breath practices that will energize your body in amazing ways, but the one that I want to suggest in this video is called the breath of fire. It is a very rapid breathing exercise. I would demonstrate it for you, but I'm not a pro and I don't want to look crazy. Definitely go research it on YouTube or Google. It's an awesome breath practice that will help energize your entire body, including your mind, and completely elevate your mood. I have heard though that women who are menstruating should not do breath of fire. They should take a long, deep, slow breaths. So don't do it if you're menstruating, but otherwise use the breath of fire to elevate your mood and your energy and your overall physical health. Tip number 11 is to use the elements. I have a cup of tea. Right now I am drinking Cup of Calm by Traditional Medicinals, and it's got some amazing herbs: passion flower, chamomile, lavender, catnip, etc. Using herbs is a great way to balance and elevate your mood. Ashwagandha is a great herb for the thyroid. Another way that you can use the earth to support you is through essential oils. I have neroli, which is just a very uplifting citrusy fragrance. This is a therapeutic grade essential oil. Also have lavender. We all know that lavender is a great mood elevating and calming essential oil and herb. It's also in my tea. I just love lavender. The other way that you guys can use some of this good earth energy is through these cool flower essences. It's kind of like a flower tincture of sorts, but flowers are very sacred and they have these beautiful nuances to their energy, and they can support you in different ways. One flower essence that is good for the winter blues is mustard flower, so you can look into that. Here I have Cosmos Flower Essence, which is got something to do with positive inspiration. I can't even remember, but I just know that it stood out to me when I read the description, so I got it. You just put about 4 drops in your water or tea and it will help elevate your mood. And lastly, tip number 12, we made it. Tip number 12 is to travel. Now this is something that may be more difficult for some than others, but if you want to do it, you can make it happen. You know I'm all about manifesting on this channel, so don't tell me what you can't do. Obviously, if you live somewhere like Washington State or New York, you cannot escape the winter. It is coming for you every year. You can't skip winter, but what you can do is skip town. If you've been watching my channel, you may have noticed that I just got back from Miami. I spent Christmas in Miami. It was beautiful to see Christmas lights around palm trees and to bask in the 80-degree weather and grounding in the earth energy at the beach. And this is an awesome way to not only get your vitamin D, but to just get a new perspective on life, specifically during a time where your mood and your energy is kind of low. It's a great pick-me-up to travel to an awesome tropical location and just live the life as long as you can, and then come back and finish off the winter in style. Now, it may be challenging for some to travel during the holiday season because it is a peak travel season, but you can travel to areas that may not be as popular as others, and you can also travel to areas that may be cheaper. I think Mexico would be cheaper, and if you have a baller budget, look, go to Turks and Caicos. There's no reason for you to be miserable in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania when you got the money to go to Jamaica for the holidays, okay? So do yourself a favor and travel. Those were my 12 tips on how to beat the winter blues. I hope this was helpful for you. If any of this was helpful, please press the like button below. Let me know which one of these tips you're going to implement in your life, and also leave me a comment letting me know how you beat the winter blues. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Do, 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 do.